Greetings and welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring all of the tools and resources that you'll need to help you along your journey. This podcast is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading. The second is a discussion of the reading, followed by suggested journal prompts. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad you've joined us today on this journey of healing and growth. If it's your first time here, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this podcast wherever you're following. Your support helps us to reach more people who may benefit from this very important work. And also, if you're enjoying this content, please consider leaving us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify. It really makes a huge difference in allowing us to spread the word and to build a supportive community. Now, just a quick few updates before we dive in. First, I'd like to invite you to join our new Patreon community. By becoming a member, you'll gain access to many resources, and we'll also gain access to 3 weekly meetings. On Sundays, we have a group meditation. On Tuesdays, we have a book club discussion. And on Thursdays, we have an open topic conversation. You can find out more details about this if you go to the Reparenting Daily website and check out the community tab. In addition to that, we've also created a WhatsApp group to foster daily connection and support where you can reach out and find other fellow travelers along the journey. It's just one of the many ways we're building their network of resources to help you along your reparenting journey. The next announcement I'd like to share is that I just released 2 new books designed to enhance your reparenting experience. The first is a Reparenting Daily journal. This journal aligns with the podcast and is structured by monthly themes with weekly sub-themes to guide your reflections. Starting on January 1st in 2025, the coming year, this journal will follow along with each episode of the podcast, offering an interactive way to deepen your practice of reparenting while staying engaged. You can find this on Amazon, and you can also find it on the website if you go to the bookstore tab. The second book is Fairy Tales for Reparenting, Volume 1. This is a deeply personal project that's close to my heart. It's a collection of fairy tales crafted to inspire hope, connection, and healing for your reparenting journey. These stories are specifically designed to help you reconnect with your inner child and find joy, creativity, and reconnect to those tender emotions through storytelling. Think of it as a playful yet profound companion on your reparenting journey. Volume 1 is now available, and I'm also working on the 2nd and 3rd volumes that will be coming earlier next year. You can find both of these books on the Reparenting Daily website under the bookstore tab, or you can search them directly on Amazon. Now, looking ahead, as we approach the 2nd year of this podcast, we're excited to introduce more interactive and engaging content. We'll continue to build on things we've achieved so far while taking our community and the reparenting journey to the next level. It's really about continued growth, continued iteration, and continuous improvement. Much like the process of nurturing the bonsai tree, our reparenting journey requires our consistency and care. So thanks for being here and for supporting this project, and also for committing to your healing journey. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is from the I Ching, Hexagram 23. It's called Splitting Apart. Do not attempt to intervene now. A period has been entered when inferior influences will prevail. Even a superior person who seeks to act now will be undermined at this time. There is no reason to resist this state of affairs. Indeed, it is natural that the inferior elements periodically come to the fore. Adversity is often a stimulant to our spiritual growth, and what is important is the spirit in which we must meet it. When challenging situations come to call, we are often overwhelmed with feelings of anxiety, doubt, and fear. We fear that if we do not act immediately and vigorously, we will be ruined. We doubt the power of the Creator to resolve the situation favorably. It is when we act upon these feelings that we engage in splitting apart. We split apart from our spiritual path, our devotion to the higher power, and the wisdom of patient non-action in the face of difficulty. If you take this course now, you will prevent the creative from coming to your aid. and unnecessarily increasing your own misfortune. The guide to proper behavior at such times lies in the image of the hexagram, which is mountain over earth. By keeping as still and quiet as a mountain, by resting firmly on your foundation of proper principles, by accepting the nature of the time and not resisting it, you weather all storms. By trusting in non-action, acceptance, and patience, you gain the strength of the very earth. First line, doubt and fear have propelled ego into action. Disaster results unless you abandon your grievances and agendas and allow the creative to take over. Second line, danger is all around you. If you are stubborn and unyielding, you will be harmed. Use caution and wait for the creative to come to your aid. Third line, stay devoted to the superior person inside yourself. Though others may oppose you, no harm results. Fourth line, misfortune has its peak. Do not resist it any longer. Your energy should go towards correcting your attitude. Fifth line, through acceptance and self-correction, you make possible a great change. Like a vast school of fish instantly reversing its direction. Sixth line, evil feeds on evil, and in time destroys everything connected with it. Cling to what is correct, and evil withers quickly away. Good fortune returns. Thank you. That's the reading for today. Welcome back. Today's reading is hexagram 23, splitting apart. This hexagram represents a time of disintegration and decay, a natural phase in life where things must fall apart to make room for renewal. Much like our current global situation and regional situations and everything that's going on in society. In the context of reparenting, however, splitting apart reminds us that healing often requires dismantling the false structures, beliefs, and patterns we've inherited from dysfunctional systems. These structures may have once served as survival mechanisms, but they no longer support the person we are becoming. Reparenting involves taking the courage to let these outdated systems collapse so that we can rebuild our lives on a foundation of truth, self-worth, and authenticity. The process of splitting apart can feel overwhelming and lonely, especially if it involves grieving the loss of connections or belief that once felt essential. But this breaking down is not a destruction for its own sake. It is an invitation to let go of what no longer serves us. As we reparent ourselves, we learn to trust the process of falling apart as a path of reintegration. The pain of this phase teaches us resilience, the importance of self-trust, and the power of building something new from the ground up. Something that is fully aligned with who we are now, not who we were forced to be. By embracing the lessons of hexagram 23, we can recognize the necessity of releasing old wounds and identities. It's not about discarding every part of our past, but identifying what's no longer sustainable or true. This is how we create space for joy, self-love, and freedom to flourish as we move towards and forward with our reparenting journey. Some journal prompts for today. Number 1, what beliefs, habits, or relationships in your life feel like they no longer serve your true self? How can you begin to release or transform them? Number 2, think of a time when something in your life fell apart but ultimately made way for something better. How can you apply the lessons from that experience to your current reparenting journey? And number 3, what parts of your past self still feel too painful to let go of? How might releasing them help you rebuild a life rooted in authenticity and self-love? As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself and be well. And now, let us move on to the final section, the daily meditation. This is an unguided meditation, and I will simply provide some music where you can take some time to relax. Please feel free to choose a location and a place where you feel safe and where you can be undisturbed for the next 10 minutes. You can choose to be sitting, standing, laying down, as you like, whatever makes you comfortable. Thanks for being here and enjoy the meditation.